How we doing, guys? Welcome to another episode of Luca Stories, okay? Stories from Brooklyn. Today is St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I have a story that happened to me on St. Patrick's Day back in the 80s with a very, very popular Italian singer by the name of Nino D'Angelo. Now, for your real Guineas and Italians out there, you know who Nino D'Angelo is. Here's a picture of Nino D'Angelo. You can see him right here. He might be over my face, he might be above me, he might be to the left of me, but this is Nino D'Angelo. So I'm going to tell you the Nino D'Angelo story, which is genius, okay? So, back growing up in Brooklyn, my cousin Joey Fergali and his father, Vincenzo, my uncle Vincenzo Fergali, they would promote, manage Italian singers, bring them to the States. They would perform at Madison Square Garden, Atlantic City, wherever. My uncle and my cousin were the ones that brought them here. Make a long story short, Nino D'Angelo is at my house. Now, as a kid growing up, I had all these famous Italian singers at my house. Toto Cutugno, I mean, you name it. Anybody who knows Italian singers, these guys were like Elvis in Italy. But they were here in the States. So, it was St. Patty's Day. Nino is performing at Madison Square Garden. And he's at my house eating with my mother because my mother would cook for all the Italian singers that came to Brooklyn. So, going out on a date, I see Nino D'Angelo. As a kid, do I really know who he is? Not really, but I know he's famous. I hear some music my mother plays at the house. So, I got a date with this girl, Gabriella. Italian girl, strict father, you know what I mean? I'm going to pick her up for the first time. I go there to pick her up, okay? Comes outside, she says, "Luca, you got to meet my father." I'm like, I don't want to meet anybody's father, you know what I mean? Who the hell wants to meet somebody's father? So, go meet the father, go in the house, he's sitting there, he's got this mean look on his face, doesn't like me from the get-up, you know what I mean? Just looking at me like this kid's a J.O., a jerk-off, whatever. So, I says, wait, he's playing, this is no bull, he's got Nino D'Angelo music playing in the background, you know what I mean? It's you know, we're in his basement. He's got it playing on a cassette player, or whatever. And I'm like, Nino D'Angelo, and he's like, looks at me like that was supposed to impress him. And I go, he's at my house, you know. And this guy gives me a look, okay, like if looks could kill, I would have been dead with this guy's looks, right? And he looks over at his daughter Gabriella and talks to her in Italian, like I don't understand what he's saying. It says, "Get rid of this guy," is what he says basically to her in Italian. So he says, "Get rid of this guy." And you know what she does? She gets rid of me. She pulls me to the side and she's like, "Why would you say that to my father?" You know? And I'm like, I go, "He's really at my house." And she's like, you know, totally doesn't believe one stitch of a word I'm saying. And basically is pushing me and escorting me out of the house, you know? Get out of the house. I'm like, shit, what the hell? You know, I said, that went completely wrong. I go home. I'm in the house, they're all eating, and, you know, prior to this, we were all talking, I told them I had a date with this girl, blah, 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 and they're like, "What happened with the date?" I said, and I tell them the story. Nino D'Angelo says, "Come on, let's go there." I says, "You kid?" He goes, "Come on, let's go." So Nino jumps in my car, we drive to the house, ring the doorbell, and fucking Nino D'Angelo is standing outside this guy's house. This guy comes out of the house like, "Oh my God! Oh, this freaking Italian giddy guy is like, he would have blew him if he pulled out his Johnson. The guy's going crazy. Oh, come inside! Oh, you know what I mean?" Anyway, make a long story short, I get the apologies. I'm like the big king. Nino D'Angelo hooked me up that night. They wound up going to Madison Square with Nino D'Angelo. They got front row tickets, and that is my Nino D'Angelo story. Guys, stay in for more Luca stories. I'll talk to you soon. God bless. Happy St. Patrick's Day.